Hello, this is a short training video from Pacesetter on how to stop the 24-hour clock for the cycle time of contacting the insured and how to set a planned inspection note in XactAnalysis. So, as you may know, there are cycle times that we require the adjuster adhere to. Two of those are contacting the insured and submitting an estimate after the inspection is completed. So, the first, contacting the insured, is 24 hours after accepting the claim, and then 48 hours is the cycle time to submit estimates after inspections are completed. So let's say you have a claim assignment and you're going to try to contact the insured, and let's say, for instance, that contacting the insured through voicemail counts as first contact. Some carriers that does apply, including affix. So let's say that that does count. So you try to call the insured and you leave a voicemail. That counts as contact, so we can stop that 24-hour clock. We've done so and fulfilled that cycle time within 24 hours. So first you're going to get into XactAnalysis and get into the claim. Normally you may get into your dashboard if you log into XactAnalysis. If not, you can always click up here at the top left on the XactAnalysis logo. But you can certainly get into this claim search or quick search area. It should be on most screens. If not, you can always go into your dashboard. So we're going to search by claim number. We'll put the claim number in. This will bring us up to the claim. So what you're going to do is go over to the Details tab right here. This is the far left in these blue linked word tabs. So we're going to click on the Details tab. Scroll down to the workflow status area. And you'll see the first listing here is customer contacted. And to the right, you'll see a little pen icon. This is an edit icon. So let's click on this edit icon. We're going to put a quick note in here. Left voicemail, text, and email for the insured. Requested return contact to set up inspection of the risk. Let's stop here briefly. I mentioned in the other training video for cycle times, it's always a good idea to try to text the insured and email the insured if you have that information on the first, at least the first time you try. Particularly text, because a lot of times insureds may not recognize your phone number and you leave a voicemail. And if you don't leave a text with them to let them know, they may not answer the phone, number one. Two, they may not look at the voicemail, or if they do and don't recognize the number, they may just delete the voicemail and not even listen to it. If you'll send a text right after you leave a voicemail for the insured, again, particularly on the first call, and introduce yourself as the adjuster and you're trying to reach them to set up an inspection, there's a very high likelihood that they're going to contact you quickly. So that's a great way to try to contact the insured. So let's complete our note here, check it, make sure our spelling is good. Left voicemail, text, and email for the insured. Requested return contact to set up inspection of the risk. That looks great. We're not going to email this to anybody. We don't need to check any of these boxes. We're just going to put this note in. This stops that 24-hour clock, and this note will show up in the notes section in XactAnalysis so that everybody can see that. So let's just go down here to the bottom right. We're going to click on Update Status. So now if we stay in the Details tab and scroll back down to the Customer Contacted, we'll see this little link with the date and time here and a little note icon. This lets everybody know that you have stopped the 24-hour clock and you've put a note in here, whether you've contacted the insured directly or left a voicemail. This area right here is pulled in reports that management looks at every day. This is what tells us whether that 24-hour clock is stopped or not, or it's still ticking. So this is a very, very important area that you need to come in and put these notes in if you've left voicemails or contacted the insured to stop that 24-hour clock on that cycle time. Let's go into briefly back over to the notes section right here, and we'll see that we have that note we just put in. so everybody can see this. So now we've got that done. But let's say after you do this, the next day the insured calls you back and you actually set up an inspection of the property. This could happen on the first call as well, and it would work the same way, but we're going to continue with our scenario here that we've left a voicemail and text and whatnot, and the insured calls us back the next day. We talk to them and we agree upon an inspection date and time. So we're going to go back into XactAnalysis in the claim, go back to the Details tab, go down again to the workflow status, and we're going to go down to this entry, planned inspection date. Again, we're going to click on this little pen edit icon, and we're going to put a note in here of who we spoke to and what the information was on the call when we set up the inspection. So we'll say spoke to Robert Insured. In this case, this is the name of the insured. We'll say at 2 p.m. on 10/25/23. We briefly discussed damages and confirmed an inspection for 10/28/23 at 1 p.m. All right, let's check our spelling and everything. Robert Insured at 2 p.m., 10/25/23, briefly discussed damages and confirmed an inspection for 10/28/23 at 1 p.m. Looks good. Before we leave this quickly, keep in mind that I put in the insured's full name. It's always a good idea to put the full name of the insured or anyone that you speak to. The desk adjuster, could be the PA, a contractor. Put the date and the time. If you want to put a phone number in here that you spoke with someone on, that's fine, but give us some more information. The other important thing is on the inspection date, don't say inspection is set for Tuesday at 1 p.m. Always put a date and a time. We need that information. Again, we're not going to email this to anyone, so we don't need to check any of these boxes. We're just going to go down to the bottom right and select, as we did previously, update status. Again, if we go down to planned inspection, we're going to see that a note was inputted, and there's our date and time. If we go over to notes, we're going to see that same note that's transferred over here into the notes section of XactAnalysis. This metric is important because what this area does when we set the details, set the planned inspection up in details, is this shows up on our reports to let us know from this date and time is when that 48-hour clock starts ticking. And that's how managers can monitor status of how long it's taken and how much time has been elapsed from when the inspection was taking place and when the adjuster uploaded their estimates. So that's just a brief training video on, again, stopping the 24-hour clock and putting a planned inspection in XactAnalysis. Again, both of these metrics are extremely important for you to be aware of and know how to do. And if you have any questions on any of this, as any other issues, please contact your manager and we'll be happy to help you. Thank you so much and have a great day.